Now let's get real. No comfort, no excuses, no lies. You keep asking, why it hasn't happened yet? Why hasn't the money come? Why hasn't the opportunity showed up? Why hasn't life shifted? You've been waiting, watching, working, and still nothing. So you start blaming things, timing, consequences, circumstances, other people, bad luck. You tell yourself, it's just not my time yet. But that's not the truth. Here's the truth. It hasn't shown up because you're not ready. And you feel that. That's why it hits. Because deep down, you already know. You just haven't said it out loud. You say you want millions, but your habits can't hold thousands. Look at your patterns. Look at your discipline. Look at how you handle what you already have. Do you manage it or do you waste it? Do you multiply it or do you lose it? Because if you can't handle the little, you won't be trusted with a lot. That's not punishment, that's order. You don't just jump levels, you grow into them. Right now, you're asking for something you haven't built the capacity for. So you say you want success, but you still think like your old self. Same doubts, same fears, same excuses, same mindset that kept you who and where you are. You want a new life with the old identity. Come on. It doesn't work like that. It never works because your identity is the ceiling of your life. You don't rise above it, you live inside it. So if you still see yourself as the same person, you'll keep producing the same results. No matter how hard you try, no matter how motivated you feel, no matter how many times you say, this time is different. It's not different, and you're still the same. You want the reward without becoming the man who earns it. That's the real problem. You want the outcome without the transformation. You want the lifestyle without the discipline. You want the respect without the standards. You want the results without the identity shift. And life doesn't respond to that. It doesn't reward desire. It rewards alignment. So until you become the man who matches it, it stays out of your reach. Not forever, but for now. Because you're not there yet. So let's go deeper. You lack consistency. You'll lock in for a day, maybe two, maybe a week. If you're feeling good, then you'll fall off and break your own standards and go back to comfort, back to distractions, back to the version of yourself you said you were leaving behind. And then you wonder why nothing is changing. Because consistency builds identity. Without identity, nothing sticks. You can't fake it. You can't borrow it. You have to build it day by day, action by action, decision by decision, until it becomes who you are. Not what you try to do, but who you are. Right now, you're still trying to be disciplined, trying to be focused, trying to be different. But trying is temporary. Identity is permanent. And life responds to permanence. Not effort bursts, not motivational spikes, not short-term focus. Consistency, that's what you're missing. Let's talk about discipline. You don't lack opportunity, you lack control. Control over your time, control over your habits, control over your emotions. You say you want more, but you can't even handle the basics. You get distracted easily. You choose comfort too often. You let your feelings decide your actions, and then you expect high-level results. It doesn't work like that. High-level results require high-level control. And control is built when you do things that needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. That's where most people break. They wait to feel ready. They wait to feel motivated. They wait to feel inspired. But readiness doesn't come from feeling. It comes from discipline. You act your way into readiness. Not think your way, not wish your way, not wait your way. You act consistently until actions reshape your identity. And your identity aligns with what you're asking for. That's when things change. Let's talk about standards. You tolerate too much. You let things slide. You accept behavior from yourself that doesn't match where you say you want to go. You make excuses. You justify. You negotiate with weakness. And every time you do that, you lower your standard. And your standard determines your life. Not your goals, not your dreams, your standards. What you accept, what you allow, what you repeat, that becomes your reality. So if your standards are low, your results will match. If your standards are inconsistent, your life will feel unstable. If your standards are weak, your outcomes will collapse. And right now, your standards aren't high enough. Not yet. Because if they were, your actions will reflect it. Your discipline would reflect it. Your consistency would reflect it. Your identity will reflect it. But it doesn't. And that's why it hasn't appeared. Let's talk about focus. You're scattered. Too many distractions. Too many directions. Too many things pulling your attention. You say you want something big, but your focus is divided. And divided focus creates weak results. Because you can't build anything powerful with inconsistent energy. And you can't master anything if you're consistently switching. You can't grow if you're always distracted. Focus is a weapon. And right now, you're not using it. You're letting it be taken by your phone, by entertainment, by noise, by the things that don't move you forward. And then you wonder why progress feels slow. Because your energy is scattered. And what you want requires intensity, depth, commitment, no half effort, no part-time focus, full alignment. Let's bring it all together. It hasn't appeared because your habits aren't aligned. Your discipline isn't consistent. Your identity hasn't shifted. Your standards aren't high enough. Your focus is divided. That's the truth. Not what you wanted to hear, but what you needed to hear. Because once you see it clearly, you can change it. But you can't change what you won't face. And right now, this is what you need to face. Not because you're incapable. Not because you can't do it. But because you haven't become it yet. That's the gap between where you are and who you need to be. And that gap is the reason it hasn't appeared. Not because it's not coming, but because you're not ready. And until you choose that gap, it stays where it is, waiting for you to rise, for you to sharpen, for you to become. Because that moment you do, the moment your identity aligns, the moment your habits match, the moment your standards lock in, the moment your discipline becomes real, everything changes. Not slowly, not eventually, immediately. Because now you're ready.